All right, I'm delighted to be here with Pastor or Reverend Paul Schlett, and here in Bloomsdale, Missouri. We're getting ready to have an awesome meeting this evening. And tell us your story.
Well, as my wife Carol just
And speak
shared
a little
recently,
louder. We've got an air conditioner that's really
Okay.
competing with you.
As my wife shared a little earlier, we visited friends down in San Antonio last year, and we heard that they had Infiniti Matrix stem cell therapy. We didn't know what it was, so we got an opportunity to call Kat, call you, and talk with you about stem cells. And so you came up and shared with us about stem cells here. And I knew that Carol had a need for stem cells because of her back, and so I decided to just to help out, to encourage her. I decided I'll take them as well. My problems, that all I really knew of was neuropathy in my feet. So, but I took them and I began to watch, and I know that after a certain time with my therapy, I was able to cut my stem cell or my Lyrica use from 100 milligrams to 50 milligrams a day.
Nice.
Which I thought was a blessing, and my feet are somewhat stable, and maybe they will improve further. The other thing that I noticed right away was that it was time to clean out my gutters. It was September, October, the gutters started filling up with leaves. So, and I always kind of go around and reach the gutters from the stepladder all the way around the side of the house. And it used to be painful to go up the ladder to clean out the gutters, and all of a sudden there was no pain. And
Nice.
I could climb up and climb down. I used to dread the job, then I enjoyed it because it felt so good getting up there and cleaning out the gutters, okay? So that wasn't the case before. I used to be very gingerly get up there, manipulate my legs so it wouldn't hurt too bad when I was up there. But it really was noticeable that I could get up and down a ladder without a problem. And I'd known it when I went up and down ladders, but I really didn't know when I was walking around. I'd noticed it that way, so it really helped my knees, I believe.
Nice.
Then it came time to rake leaves. 2 years ago we moved into the house, and I was raking with a rake, and we had 28 big oak trees on our lot, less than a half-acre lot, and that's a lot of leaves. So somebody said to me, rolled down their car window and said, "Paul, you need to get one of these things called a leaf blower." And I was just using a regular rake, and I said, "Well, I'll do that when I get older." And so that was 2 years ago, okay? And then I turned 72 shortly after that, so Carol got me a leaf blower for my birthday. So
Oh, cool.
I got it. So I used a lot, but it was a hard job 2 years ago. Then last year, I just had Infiniti Matrix stem cells. I was able to to blow a lot of leaves. I'd start mid-morning and go to almost dark, and then I'd burn them in the evening and watch the fire go. So I'd work those leaves, and I'd put them in drop cloths and carry them over to the ditch and put them in. I'd start the fire, and then I did the lot across the street, which had 100 trees.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't get them all done before it got too cold, but I did all those, and I'd go at night, I'd be so tired that I'd just fall right into bed, and somewhat a little bit sore at night. But the amazing thing that happened to me was every morning when I got up, I felt fresh. And at 73 years of age, I would have thought I would have been very, very sore for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm being regenerated every morning during the night to go out and do those leaves again.
Wow.
One of my neighbors said, he said, "Paul, you're working your butt off." And I said, well, and I didn't tell him how I was able to do it, but apparently my neighbors noticed that I was pretty healthy getting all those leaves taken care of. I don't know, I'm thankful for the cells, and I knew that it would help me some way, but I didn't know how it would. So my feet are getting better, my knees are obviously better,
Yeah.
and my stamina is up.
Yes.
And Carol says I'm not as sluggish in my discussions. I can, and you know, as a pastor, I need to be able to preach more clearly. So maybe it's helping me with that too.
Ooh.
So I'm just thankful that we were able to be introduced to Infiniti Matrix stem cells.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Great story. Great testimony. Thanks so much, Paul.
And how much time did it take?